Remember to Politricks watch. This is Sir P. Now, if using money, likes, and links to get people killed was a person, it would name Linval Thompson Jr., aka Shabba, or as you may know him, Shabdon. That name sound familiar. No, the producer name so. Yes, the producer. But Shabdon, the snake, is not just a music producer. He's also a violence producer. One of the biggest in Mobay. Even though nowadays him kinda a little low and I avoid Mobay, and you're gonna hear why in this same video. But before we go into that, I'm gonna give you an introduction. Because people that hear the name, people that see the IG page, them probably even see a music video. You know, you see me with him hat, him mask over him face. Shabdon the snake, I wear a mask before even Big C drop. Now, when you look on your screen right now, after doing a lot of digging, because I know say, even Uncle Sam did hold on upon him one at a time. I was trying to get some pictures of him behind bars, and unfortunately, this is the best I could do. Them have the stamp in the middle of the picture. Them branded. When they try to reach out with public information, this is all them give. So unfortunately, the PIA special ops can't get too deep in our Uncle Sam's system to find the picture without the watermark. Psych, just kidding. See me? Linval Thompson Jr. And just in case the Linval Thompson sound familiar, you think to yourself, hold on, I wonder if he's related to the reggae singer Linval Thompson. Not just related, I'm father. That's his daddy. Shabdon the snake has managed to rain down death and destruction in a Mobay unchecked for the longest period. Shabdon the snake has received many warnings, even on this platform, directly and indirectly. So if you leave the foolishness alone, he's had many chances. In pushback at Jamaica, him could have just do him music, stick to him music, but no, the acidity run too deep in him veins. So now, here we go. I'm going to tell you about the snake. Now you've heard me talk about Stone Crusher and many of the more infamous members of that brutal gang. Shabdon was little boy when somebody meet the around the road. But by the time him start touch the middle of him teenage years and start take up badness, him end up catch the Stone Crusher wave toward the tail end. By this point, Stone Crusher now are slowly fade away. I'm not talking about Stone Crusher, I'm talking about the name. As you know, it branch off. To this day, Stone Crusher branches, Stone Crusher pit them, still a call spread them. They're Mobay, but we are talking about the name Stone Crusher. So Eldon Calvert and him and they did still around, yes. But Eldon Calvert was starting for struggle, keeping the thing together. This new generation of 87s never have the same kind of, acidic reverence towards Calvert and the Stone Crusher, like the old as it among them. So now you have youths like Shabdon, you have youths like Dutch, who were Shabdon's best friend, that are both eat out of the same pot and go everywhere together. When I go hear what Shabdon do with him, don't worry, stick around and hope you have a cup of tea in your hand. Because as I said earlier, think of this as an intro. An intro that I have to drop now because as it stands, Montego Bay is at boiling point. And any minute the pot cover will fly off. And Shabdon the snake is a major factor in this. He has been the common denominator right through. 87s come and go, shooters come and go, but the one person who has been consistently in the mix, pushing the violence, funding the violence, instigating the violence is Shabdon. So now, he have to get dragged out of the dark and bring in the light. Right? Because before me even give you the Dutch story and the damage story and the G-Man story and give you some examples of the people in Shabdon set up and kill, many of whom might want to friend them. Right? I want to get something clear. The fact that the snake is not even on a persons of interest list shows you that the Jamaican authorities cannot be taken seriously. That show you say, when me say is either them can do it or them no want to do it, Shabdon is a perfect example of that. The snake, even though you see me in a mask and hat, in the streets, everybody in Mobay know about Shabdon and what he do. There is no way the police know who Shabdon is. Even Uncle Sam. Right. After them all upon him and decide say, you know what, send him back to Jamaica for them problem. Jamaican authorities know about Shabdon. They know what they do. But him surround himself with some little hungry belly police. Some little licky police who through them can power with the produce and get a couple tickets to go in the hot party them. No one did them work. You see, I have to do this like a rant before I go into Shabdon story because don't mix me up for your favorite YouTube. I just talk about man and call today. Right? We talk about these people because want things done. Mobay people want to see something done about it. Shabdon cannot operate like this. The snake cannot continue to slither around Jamaica. The Minister of National Security, Horace Chang, is a Mobay man. Even though Horace Chang is not the mayor of Mobay, on paper, he is the mayor of Mobay. Mobay a theme place. There is no way the Minister of National Security, with all the tools at his disposal, can do something about Shabdon. Not even a persons of interest list he make. People of Jamaica wanting to understand Stone cannot take these leaders seriously. In all the years, no matter how much hits him put out, no matter how much people dead, Shabdon, I go up on apps, I rain down death and destruction from him in early teenage years. You have to go way back for one time police said they want to talk to him years ago. Him drop back at Jamaica from foreign and the JSAF are behave like say him invisible. When you think JSAF need to wait till him take off his mask and him page, JSAF know exactly who Linval Thompson Jr. is. Now, me have to be fair, there are police officers who want bring a case against Shabdon, but it seems to be a civil war inside a JSAF between the police them who want to get things done and deliver results and the one got licky body follower them, right? We want to go in a dance, go stand upside a producer and artist because Shabdon have the clout. Especially when you mix in couple kerosenes, your favorite constable all of a sudden forget about him job. And as it stands, the violence will go blow up. Because now he's been stepping on toes for so long that the man them definitely want them him food. And whoever get who first, Mobay are going to turn upside down either way. So it's best the police get him. But don't get your hopes up. I could talk about Dutch. Anyway, you see one, you see the other. The snake and Dutchman power right through. Then go up on apps together, then probably even share kerosene. Then do everything together. Dutch, foolishly, things say that they're going to spare him. Even though him see the snake get out enough man who are close to him. Dutch probably rely, on history. Well, a long time we are come from, and we are come from far. That don't mean nothing to the snake. By this point, Stone Crusher, the name, the official name, dissolved. As I say, you have the new generation of 87s them now run the thing. You have the Damage, did a video on him. G-Man, Dutchman, people start take side. Some man say, G-man for run this. Man I say damage for run this. Man I say Dutchman for run this. The goal of the snake was to be the man in charge of everything. Want to bring all 87s them under him wing. And who no fit in, that guy ready. So Dutchman and Damage start link. So now the snake start to pre-Dutch as a traitor. Which is ironic that Shabdon will ever call anybody a traitor. But now, a time to get out Dutch. Which is something no people did doubt him that ever do, because as I said, him come from far, right? And even though people know say he was a 87 himself, right? And him each to buy out and pay man to go up on apps and all that kind of foolishness. Some people think say Dutch would have safe because of them history. Well, 87s them plan up, control the variables. The man them draw down pan Dutch. You never even see it coming. Head back, just like that. Within no time, word get back, say Dutch dead. Who take part in the apps? Who take part in the setup? Name start call. Well, one of the first man for dead back for what happened to Dutch was an 87 named Brady. Right? You've heard me talk about him before. His real name, Delroy Gardner. One night, him and a female by the name of Stephanie Song. She was related to a former JLP councillor. But that don't mean nothing to the man them go for them. The same Damage, the one that did the video on, he was the one who lead the apps. To go for Brady. Stephanie Song was there, and you know it got ready in the 87 world. Them charge her for illegal possession of being the side of man who them want to kill. 6 punch chop them up. Brutal slaying. Damage was sending a message that the Dutchman killing never da go down like that. You see, Damage now realize the extent to where the snake willing to go. Because if he would make that happen to Dutch, then nobody not safe. You see, Shabdon the snake did have something in abundance where the rest of them never really have. Money. I'm telling you what happened when an acidic individual get a bag of money. When in doubt, the snake could just buy out somebody. If he want information from an enemy, he could have used money, likes, or links. The rest of them was just 87s. Them was just quote unquote Batman, Shatter, Damage and them and them. Like Damage would go for anybody. Damage would go on any apps. But without the money, there are certain limitations. You can only shoot away through so much things. And Shabdon never really want to take the chance of having to go deal with that Damage or come for him personally. You see, Shabdon has always been surrounded, whether by a bunch of 87s, a bunch of crooked cops, and he also had another trick up his sleeve. Because Damage, G-Man and them and they were constantly they on wanted lists, they had GLOs, police are look for them. Shabdon, let me say apart from the one time police said they want him for quest for call him in, Shabdon never been officially listed as no wanted man for no murder. So him could have moved around Jamaica. Him could have go live him second life in the entertainment industry. While the rest of the man them, if you stay up on them corner, stay in them lane, either them die jail. So them can just freely move around and go look for him like that. And him can stay from a distance and either gather information from them or turn up himself. So Damage end up come out of jail. Him don't even smell fresh air good. And him decides say him go look for him mother and go chill out on a little ends. Never realize that the whole time people that feed information back to the snake. Him reach a St. Mary. I guess him feel like say him safe because a Mobay was the real hotspot. Cool out and relax. Then in one yard. Boom, 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 boom. Police. Damage. Knowing say, I'm 87. Just left jail. Constantly in a tanglings with police. Get used to police, right? I tell him say, he must come here so, go here so. Damage go open the door. The way I'm frightened if you see on the real police. The first set around them fly through him on. That's all him coulda do. Put up him on to try and block it. But as you can imagine, in time flesh and bone, try resist gunshot. Flesh and bone end up come out on the losing side. The man them running upon damage and mash him up. He had a brutal ending, but that's exactly how him live him life. Less than a week after, all the way in Costa Rica, money run, and damaged little brother named Ron also losing life. Unknown gang in a turmoil. What happened to Dutchman and damage? You can summarize that as typical 87 activity, run up strong mine, collect intel through kerosene and other people, living in the community and who get a little bribe here and there. That standard procedure. But you see, Shabdon the snake have another trick where him like pull out him sleeve. And it's to tip off police to get rid of them enemies. This is one of the #1 stunts Jamaican criminals love to pull. Even though them tell you every day, don't talk to police, don't be no informer, don't give no police no information, informer for dead, them give police the most information. If them can't get to a certain 87, especially that 87 is quote unquote hot, police will want him, and then me tip off the police exactly where him there. Help the police get out them rival. Me I wonder if a Shabdon teach World Sprat that trick you, or a World Sprat teach him, right? Because two of them excelled at using this strategy. Now we're now hear about in the favorite artist later on in the video, right? And how him fit in this whole thing. The brother is on your screen. Daniel Whitaker. Some people call him Dan Dan. Or G-Man. The brother of one of your artists them, Squash. G-Man, young youth, but very dangerous. From you say G-City, you say G-Man. I don't know if these names are familiar. See, enough of the groups them, one thing are just entertainment, think are just, music, or real life, right? Young operations. G-Man, at the time of his death, was high on the list of individuals that the police them want off of the street. Shabdon couldn't get to him. He did have a whole heap of support in the streets. Duffman never really want to go for G-Man because he was actually quite popular amongst the quote-unquote, bad man world. You always have some 87s where you have people just afraid of them, right, and no mind if them dead off. And you have 87s that people afraid of, but them can approach. G-Man was on the more approachable side of things. So enough people never really want to get rid of him like that. But you know who want to get rid of him? Shabdon the snake. He was the one who set up G-Man for police kill him. Not because he was a good citizen of Jamaica who wanted to help rid the streets of a notorious 87s. Not at all. If I so be the case, he better get rid of himself. He better go down to the hardware store, go buy about 8 pounds of rope. So Shabdon can't want to get rid of no criminal. Shabdon get rid of his rivals. Shabdon get rid of people who stop take talk from him. Shabdon get rid of people who him can't control. Now earlier he mentioned Shabdon on the World Spread. And you might think to yourself, of course, I just some music link in a recent thing. Of course, I'm right. I just entertainment. You sure about that? A long time, the snake and the world spread. A link. You see, you can go back as far as about 2009, 2010 them time. The world spread a feature heavy in a Mobay. Matter of fact, after you finish, listen to a song named Mobay Anthem. Where the world spread, right? You see, in a foreign, the Yankee them call that dry snitching. Right? The world spread call some of the man them name where by the time in done, they should have give him one Crime Stop award because when I think about it, not even the police know about some of them man when that song come out. Anyway, you hear him say Shabba with the matic, Dutch with the clutch one. So the snake with the matic and the Dutch. Right? Dutch with the clutch one, the same Dutch. Right? Where the snake get out. At the time, right? Close friends. That's why the world spread put them name together. Snake with the matic, Dutch with the clutch one. When the world spread first start profile Mobay, start go around and look for the real people what do real damage. Because that's how the world spread operate, Everybody knows that upon him own, nobody not take him serious. But he must associate himself with very dangerous individuals, which then force people, right? For then nobody bring no kind of smoke towards him, not because they're afraid of him, but because they don't want to deal with the man them, right? With the world spread surrounded by. Next thing you know, right? The world spread all of the stage show, right? In the boiling sun. Right? World spread build him fan base. Start link up with the Mobay shooter them. But you see Eldon Calvert never really rate the world spread. No worry, man, I tell you how Shabdon fit in this. There's an infamous incident. Ask Mobay people them about this. Not just the average casual Mobay resident, but people who know going to Mobay. The world spread offer Eldon Calvert a portion of a gun. And Calvert laugh in him face and tell him say, him no need no DJ boy if he give him gun. Right? I am named Eldon Calvert and a stone crusher this. Ask Mobay people them about that infamous story. Eldon Calvert did also tell the man himself, don't trust the world spread because he might move like the type where push come to shove. He may turn around and give the police some information to save himself. And as the Klansman gang can tell you, I see him, you say go. Anyway, guess who was happy to link with the world spread? The snake. And because the snake has a reputation as a 87 and people know that him did a squeeze machine for real. Right? Now that's the world spread finally get somebody willing to link with him because remember, the snake I come from the same music background. Right? So the two of them have something in common. The rest of my name was just 87s. Right? But Shabdon did always intrigued by the music thing. As a matter of fact, there was a party called Gaza Thursday. Mobay people them who remember Gaza Thursday. An entire truck full of JDF soldiers running on Gaza Thursday. Why? The man them have gone up there like dirt in the party. 87s, kerosenes, everybody strap up. Big song play, beer rounds a go off. Your favorite artist right in the mix. So now, your favorite artist have Shabdon as one of them associates them. Dutch too. Right. Start give them the clout because people don't realize the clout is a currency. Being able to stand up beside one of the most talented artists in Jamaica at the time was very impressive to Shabdon and Dutch them. The rest of them, the hardcore 87s them, never really into the world spread. But after the clout where Shabdon have in the streets, him could have piggyback off that. And Shabdon could piggyback off of the music cloud where the world spread have. So it was a mutually beneficial link. Shabdon the snake start introduce the world spread to know for the more prominent man them in a Mobay. Next thing you know, your favorite artist reach out like Glenn Devon, a link Richie Blacks. Man them start showing the machine them. Look on the K, look on the sixpence. Matter of fact, there was an infamous incident that took place where Sean Storm almost lose his life. Where Richie Blacks hold on upon Sean Storm. Because by this point, he used to frequent down the two. Link your favorite artist, make him know, say, bring back XYZ plus XYZ, or them are going to send Sean Storm head called Portmore. A matter of fact, 2 artists from the Gaza camp nearly lose them life at Mobay. One of them was supposed to turn up for a stage show and never bother turn up. And the man them send the word say, "My way in a missing." And after numerous begging and bawling, well, you know what, I could leave that for another time. Especially considering say, that particular artist is now clearly the same as one of them women they were, no matter how much beating and lick they get and keep running back. So that's for another day. Make that artist continue to play stupid games and he surely will win a stupid prize. So even though for enough people Shabdon name is a fairly new name in a dancehall, right, when him turn up on the scene and him start get them hits, right, with the world sprat and the 6 youth them, people are thinking, oh, him come out of nowhere. No, this was a youth who was well known to people like the world spread based on their links in the streets. So when him producing thing really get solid now, right, it was just a call or a message. There was no hesitation for the world spread. Start make music with him. The 6 youth them make music with him. So the idea that him just pop out of nowhere and the world spread just recognize him talent and start work with him because my producer, that's complete rubbish. Long time in my power. Long time the world spread know him from the streets. Him used to handle the world spread business on that side of Jamaica. Your favorite artist knows say the town side, Klansman, responsible for that. But the west side, Shabdon and them youth could have called up and take care of this. That's why I said your favorite artist safer behind bars, because enough of the people them where him violate because of the strength of Shabdon and Dutch and them youth and the Klansman gang. Right. But for them people they must scream free the world spread. Not because they want him getting freedom, but that's for another day. So now fast forward. Shabdon is still active in the crime and violence. And even recently the video you made about Pinky, and me might tell you about Fred, Marvin, even that the snake is involved in. A matter of fact, since G City starts split up now, all kind of division start going, you know that going to 87 world, that means that people are going to start dead like fly. Man even make talk say Shabdon the snake outdated. Them start make them own money. Them no need take no talk from him. Couple days after, the young 87 who look like him never really do research and understand just how much people Shabdon have in his pocket. The wrong turn man them go kill him. Broad daylight. This incident combined with what play out now amongst the G City youth them is what have Mobay at boiling point. Is why if the security forces don't move now, the place will go turn upside down. And even though Shabdon with him bag of money, bag of links, bag of likes, and it has saved him thus far, and him love science, even though him never do it in a school, any minute now him luck go run out. Because the man them we are turning against him them serious too. And it used to be easy. For Shabdon the snake just using money and run a quick ops, but his rivals are growing in numbers every day. People are look for him, people are hunting, they don't really see him in a Mobay again. And him kinda try avoid it. And the best advice me can give Shabdon right now is to go down to the police station or confess to one of the many murders. Him either directly take part in or send man perhaps if you go do. That way him can go behind bars and he'll be safer there. See, even though this is the first time most of them go see Shabdon, the man them half time know him well, know him look like, know him link with, and him know them too. So when program are run, it can go from any side. And that means that in order for either party come out victorious, there must be a whole heap of killings. Man, if we get out the key players on either side, and that will be ugly for Mobay because you know innocent people always get caught in the mix. And because man can't get to Shabdon, Shabdon can't get to man, we know it already. Man start, depending can't catch Quaco, catch him short. Mobay man them similar to the Spanish town man them. Masters of the fake motive. Get out somebody and then just randomly blame it upon the man or blame it upon that. And the whole time, because them here say in a link with the man or them just stop this, they never wanted this, all kind of foolishness. But I don't want to feel like say at the end of this for Shabdon. This was just an intro, believe it or not. As long as the video is, this was just an intro. This is not even me going on the front foot as it relates to Shabdon, because as I say, Shabdon is surrounded. Shabdon linked with various members of the police force who are as crooked as the letter S. Shabdon also have political links. And even though for Shabdon in a film field as an entertainer, being known as a criminal help film status because they know Jamaica culture is very acidic. If you're an entertainer who actually do badness, you get more ratings than a man that just talk about it from a fiction point of view. If you're a producer who actually know the badness, that help you more. Your reputation, as stupid as that sound. You see the people they must surround themselves with Shabdon, but I take on yourself, no. And if one thing say, only can't help Shabdon, because me know you might link him, know where yourself. Come see the SRP video, know where yourself that we have on links, one us links try now. You see, I really want to get him. Shabdon time I come. The police not get him, his enemies will. Still look at police them that has been aiding and abetting Shabdon all these years. Giving him certain key pieces of information, him links in certain fields. They must say for Uno, being branded, being exposed to be an associate of somebody like Shabdon, the consequences will be detrimental to your career. So if you don't know a good phone, on the knee long sackcloth and ashes, beg forgiveness for all the wrongs you do. Amount of lives you make last because you know one go and licky. Love likes, love the freeness, love the clout. Because things are get real interesting for Shabdon. Know that the mask you take off a Shabdon face. No no more excuse to stand by as bodies drop like fly. People at Jamaica are going to see what they do. As me say, this not going to end well for Shabdon. Either the security forces them get him, or him enemies them get him. And by the way, Shabdon the snake. Me know you think say you're smart. Me know you think say you can come up with a little Mickey Mouse thing. Maybe try work with one of the many vloggers that I know sound link with. That's actually what more want you do. Because this is the intro. The real expose that me really want to drop. So hide behind links, hide behind man the entertainment industry, hide behind no blogger, and see how that will turn out for you. Because I go back and forth with man on YouTube. I go straight to the source. All on the little channel them only things say only can push things too and then sit back and rub on the hands. I have one word for you. Infiltration. I might be a little YouTuber. No. But ask the man them who actually know Serpy. What I actually specialize in before I pick up the microphone. Minister of National Security, JSTF, Mobay Police, Jamaica is watching. Yard and abroad, we're watching. Patron Squad, big up on yourself. PIA, don't know, more life. PIA, Special Ops, remember, this is just the intro. Ultra Squad, stay circling, bless.